Hello, my people. How una day? You guys are welcome. So welcome to another episode on Thespian Bertha's Talk. And this is a promise that this week episode is gonna be so late. It's gonna be so educating and enlightening. Now, first of all, before we start, we're gonna appreciate our Maker for making it possible to see another week of God's mercies and grace. And I pray that even as we move through this week, it's going to end in praises and happiness. All right, guys, like I've told you, today's episode is going to be educating. Like, it's not talking about marriage, we're talking of academics. Okay, and this topic is very important because I know many parents are going through these problems with their words, their children, but they don't really know how to tackle it. So now we're going to talk on this topic and we're going to find solutions on how to tackle this. Remember what Thespian Bertha's talk is all about. We talk on issues that has to do with the ills of our society and that's detrimental to one, and we also find profound solutions to the problems at hand. That is why we tend to invite guests to our programs to enlighten us, so it won't just be from me, so people can actually see from different views, and while I also add to their discussions. So guys, but today this is all about me, but promising next week we're going to have someone special, a teen in the house that's going to enlighten us and educate us on this topic, because this is going to be part one. So why I say we'll have a teen in the house next week, who happens to be a student, so that we could actually hear from what they say. Go hear from the horse's mouth. They will say, no be say, why they talk, we say I be parent, so we they go there and we don't pass there. So now guys, so let's hear what's to be this. Okay guys, I know you guys will be wondering what's the topic all about. She says it's not about marriage. She says it's not relationship. She says it's educational, it's academic. So what is it all about? Not to worry, I'm going to give it to you now. Now, the topic for this week is, why do most children hate or fail mathematics? Why do most children hate or fail mathematics? So guys, sit down, tighten your seatbelt as we'll take you on a ride. Okay guys, you're welcome back. So now, there are several reasons why students fail mathematics. Okay, now I will say, before we get to the main points, I would say this ranges from the laziness of the students due to the poor educational foundation of false ideas. Okay, now most people tend to see mathematics as difficult because they failed to familiarize within themselves the intricacies and sophistication of mathematics, of its intricacies and sophistications. Okay, now down to our point. Reasons why students hate or fail mathematics. Now I've jotted down some points here so that will enable us to talk fast and move on faster. So now we have one, a faulty foundation. Now, the weak foundation of which children start their educational background is the reason behind the challenges with mathematics. Most students are left to begin their secondary education without having to know the rudiments of mathematics. Now, how do you expect a student to attempt a complicated mathematics problems without knowing or having the basic knowledge of quantitative reasoning? Now, number two, the wrong attitude of parents and what others are saying. See, many parents subconsciously relay their fear and anxiety of math upon their children. They do this thinking it will bring about awareness to their children, but unknowingly to them, it actually instills fear of mathematics upon the children. So please, I indulge parents to try their best not to extend their fear of a particular subject on their children. Now, other times, our hatred of mathematics stems from psychological factors. It is not surprising that some students begin to have headaches whenever it is time for maths lessons. This is because their minds has been wired to think mathematics is boring and hard. Some students, even go as far as blame their parents for the poor knowledge of mathematics and their failures in mathematics. So, number 3. But first of all, parents, please try your best to not to instill fear in children. I'm on this table and I'm going to take this. I'm actually speaking to myself as well. I wrote and I'm going to learn as well from it, because I know I'm not going to hide this. Myself and mathematics, we are really no-go area. Like, we do not see eyeball to eyeball. If mathematics were a person, we do not agree. But then we got to agree. We don't get choice, because we always account money. You understand? So we're definitely going to agree when it comes to the money part. So guys, but please, parents, be careful of this. Now, number 3, the wrong teacher. Now, many students are unlikely to have the wrong teacher tutor them in mathematics. In some situations, not only are the teachers inexperienced, but they also lack the right attitude to teaching. Imagine being tutored by a teacher with no passion, who care less of the children's comprehension. You as a teacher, you are teaching mathematics, you don't have passion for it. So you don't even care about the children. All you're concerned about is your salary, your money at month end. Okay? Without passion, you can't instill knowledge on these children. So that is one negative aspect of why children hate or fail mathematics. Wrong teacher. Now note this. A math teacher who doesn't understand maths himself would struggle in teaching the subject, and this will definitely bring a negative impact on the students and their attitude to the subject. Okay, number 4, laziness of the students. Okay, you see, mathematics is so technical that it requires commitment and constant practice. Okay, now, like the saying goes, the more you practice, the more you understand. Or let's say practice makes perfect. That's what we mostly say it as. But so unfortunate that a lazy student is not going to take this lightly. They're not going to agree with this. So please, as a student, as a child, continue to practice. Commit yourself to studying of mathematics. Alright guys, now so that caused the end of why most children hate or fail mathematics. So now, as usual, what we do in Thespian Better Talk, we love to provide solutions to problems. So now guys, we're going to talk about the solutions now. Number 1, solution. 1, good foundation. Having to build a solid foundation, in the early stage of a child's life will not only help the child, but also give the ability for the child to reach their full potential. And this leads me to say, please, mom and dad, I indulge you to please make it a point of duty never to ignore the early years of your child's education. Number 2, private lesson teacher. Some children need extra attention, to enable them go on to the next level. Gone are the days that those days when people believe that it's only the unintelligent ones or the olodos them, that needs private teachers. But this present day generation, parents still employ private teachers for their children to help them assimilate fast to the success of their academics. Private tutor is very important for your children. So please, I indulge you to employ private teacher. If you know as a parent that you really do not have time to coach your children or tutor them after school with their homeworks and all that, please advise you employ a private lesson teacher for your ward. So number 3, encouragement from parents and teachers. I want you to know that as a parent, children varies in terms of assimilation. So please, you have to encourage your children. Do not be harsh on them and all that. Just encouragement goes a long way. So as a parent and as a teacher, encourage your ward, encourage your students, so that they can have that zeal, the high spirit to assimilate maths, and be soft on them, be easy on them, and by God's grace, everything's going to go well in their assimilation. Now, number 4, the right attitude to learning. The right attitude to learning goes a whole long way in helping one achieve even the impossible. Number 5, the professionalism of teachers. The teachers should be so free and approachable. Likewise, patient with the students. Take your time in assessing the strength of your students and never assume they know it. Always give room for questions, because the capabilities of students in assimilating varies. So please be soft on them and be calm. Be soft, be slow, and be calm in teaching them, because the assimilation varies. Okay, number 6, provide the right incentives for the teacher. This has to do with the school owners, or let's say parents, school owners basically. Now note, a hungry teacher cannot give his or her best when teaching. You don't expect the teacher who hasn't been paid for months to give his or her best to the children. Understand? Not when they lack the right motivation. You see, this payment is like a motivation to the teacher, making them know that yes, they are not doing this in vain or in pain. So please, it's a motivation to the teachers. So school owners, always pay your teachers on time, and also give them the right materials needed that will enable the learning process go smoothly. There are some materials that they need in coaching the children, especially these toddlers, most especially in teaching them mathematics from the foundation. They need some utility things like the 1 to 3 numbers and all this and all that. Let's use the children for instance. So they need that to play their way into knowledge, to play their way into understanding, into knowing mathematics. 1 + 1 2, just put the numbers on the floor and they catch on time. Then for the adults, they need the secondary schools. They need there's a compass. They need log tables and all that. There's some things that they need to use in learning. Okay, they need it. So you have to provide as a school owner for you to make it easy for your teachers in tutoring the children. So guys, that is it about that, and I hope you really enjoyed this topic. Please, just reaching out to parents and teachers and school owners. I want you to please, for the sake of the children and our leaders of tomorrow, put all this into consideration as we build the leaders of tomorrow. So guys, thank you so much for staying tuned on Thespian Bertha's Talk. It has been a long topic, so I hope to catch you on this program next week for the part 2. And this time around, we're not just going to talk, but we have a guest in the house, a teenager and a student in the house that's going to take us down the lane. Like they say, let's hear from the horse's mouth. So we're going to hear from her why children hate or fail mathematics. She's going to lead us down the road for a perfect understanding. So guys, catch you on this program next week on Thespian Bertha's Talk. I remain your host, Thespian Bertha, aka Mrs. manifest us. So catch you guys. I love you. Mwah.